Hi, beautiful fruity cutie. What's up? My name is Jeannette, also known as Ms.FitVegan, and I have been a raw vegan, 100% raw vegan. That doesn't exist, but you know what I'm saying. For 15 years, I have not intentionally cooked any food. I have not had any dead animal body parts, and I do not take any supplements at all. And I'm doing it because I like to push the envelope. I like to prove what's possible. And I've written many books on the raw food diet. You can get those on Amazon now. Many books. Because it's my life purpose, you can get a free book on my website, my recipe book. Check that out below. And today I'm going to tell you my top 5 foods that I would eat cooked if I craved cooked food. So this is the video that I wish I saw in 2011, because what happened was I went raw in 2011 and I was 26 years old, and it was the raw or law. It was raw or law. I could not have anything cooked because cooked food is poison. A sweet potato is the same thing as a burger. Abso-fucking-fruitly not. I will not eat any cooked food no matter what. That was a mistake, because what I did, which I don't want you to do, I ate dates, almond butter, chocolate bars. I ate crap. I ate a lot of raw vegan crap. Kale chips, cheesecake, raw vegan tacos, not the good kind, the kind that you buy at the store, salt and oil. And no. Yeah, in New York, I used to buy raw vegan tacos, tostadas, burgers, cinnamon buns, raw vegan Oreos. New York was the place to be raw. But let me tell you right now, I wish I would have just cooked some food, and I'll show you. I'm going to tell you and show you the top 5 foods that I would consume as a raw foodist if I was craving cooked food. So this winter, I'm setting you up for success. Stop setting yourself up for failure by saying you have to be 100% raw. You don't. You don't. I've never said that. I don't know who thinks I'm dogmatic about the raw food diet. I'm not. I don't eat cooked food because I don't want it anymore. Once you're eating raw for so long, over a decade, you're like, why should I cook my food? Like, I don't want it cooked. It doesn't appeal to me cooked. It just tastes so much better, fresh and raw and juicy. But if you want warm food, these are the foods that I would recommend. Now, let me just tell you the best one. It's not here. It's not showing. One of the best cooked foods that you can do, I'm telling you right now, peas. Now, steamed peas, baby. Now, let me tell you something right now, what you could do with these, all right? You want to do the low-fat raw thing, or you want to lose weight quickly, lower your calories. There's a lot of calories in fat, right? Okay, guess what? Any dressing you like, replace peas with the nuts or seeds. I'm not telling you you have to give up nuts or seeds, but make a few nights a week. Make a dressing with peas. They're frozen. You get them in Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. Frozen peas, no salt, no weird stuff, just peas. Now here's what I would recommend you do. Okay, let them defrost on the counter, or you can steam them in a steamer or whatever you do to make them warm, or you can pour hot water in them. Defrost them any way you want to, okay? Then you put them in the blender and add anything else you would add to a dressing, just not the nuts or seeds. I personally make guacamole all the time and dressings with the peas instead of nuts and seeds all the time. It's a creamy alternative to nuts and seeds. Yeah, peas have calories, but they have no fat, and they're much lower in calories than nuts. Okay, so this is like 3 cups of peas, 3 cups of cashews. What is that, 18,000 calories? I don't know, but it's a lot. When you give up the nuts and seeds, you will rapid weight loss. Unlimited fruit and vegetables. Get rid of the nuts and seeds, rapid weight loss. Now, if you are craving nuts and seeds and you're at the point where you're going to eat processed foods or dead animals, please eat nuts or seeds. Don't eat processed foods or dead animal body parts. Okay? So the number 1 food that I'd recommend you to cook is any fruit or vegetable that you can eat raw. The healthiest cooked food are the foods you can also eat raw. If you picked these peas in nature, you can eat them raw. If you picked this apple, you can eat it raw. This zucchini, this pepper, these carrots, you can eat these raw. Okay, I don't have bananas because all my bananas are frozen right now. So the best cooked food, always remember this, if you want to be healthy and you want to heal and you have something to heal, like fast, you will not hinder your healing process if you are craving cooked food and you give in to eating anything that's cooked that you can also eat raw. Another food that I wanted to show you, greens. Okay, so the first food is peas. The second best cooked food that you could eat is greens. Just buy a big thing of mixed greens or power greens or a head of spinach, kale, not cilantro, chard, steam it or saute it. It's going to bring out the saltiness. Put that into a salad. Now, you need to understand, you never want to eat cooked food alone, even if it's fruit or vegetables. You don't want to eat cooked food alone. You always want to eat it in a salad. I learned that from Arnold Ehret, the Mucusless Diet Healing System, in 2011. But I was just so brainwashed back then that I wanted to be raw or nothing. I just wanted to prove a point that we don't need to eat cooked food. If you want to prove the point, you could prove the point, but who gives a fuck? I want you to get off processed foods and dead animals. If you need to be raw to do that, fine, be raw to do that. But I swear to fucking fruit, don't you dare this winter eat cooked food that's unhealthy, because you don't need to. Now, with these recipes I'm going to give you today, you don't need to eat unhealthy cooked food ever again. Ever again. Okay, so the number one thing is peas. You can steam them as is. Let me just get more comfortable. Okay, better. You can steam these peas as is. Okay, or you can, like I said, make them into guacamole. You do the guacamole by just blending them in the blender with cilantro, lime, cumin. What do you like to put in your guacamole? Put it in there. Garlic, lemon if you like, jalapeno if you like. Blend it up. You got guacamole. Or you can make your dressing. You could just make a dressing with this. Peas, garlic, lemon, maybe half a date, an herb, basil, cilantro, or parsley, or dill. Bomb-ass dressing. Done. Okay. Or you could just make the peas. Oh, uh-oh. This is why I don't eat cooked food, because it's a mess. Okay. Second thing that I'd recommend is greens. Throw the greens into a steamer or a pan, saute them with water, and you have something warm. Put that in your salad. Okay. Number 3, zucchini. Zucchini. You can cut it up. You could peel it or don't peel it. You could chop it up into chips, saute them or bake them. You could just cut it in half and bake it. You could spiralize it and steam or bake or boil the noodles. It'll be like spaghetti. That's number 3, zucchini, man. You can't go wrong with that. Number 4, peppers. Oh my God, you cut up peppers, steam them or saute them. They get sweeter. When you cook fruit, it gets sweeter. Okay, if it's ripe, all right? A good tip, number 4 is bananas, okay? Number 4 is bananas. When you are craving potatoes, and if potatoes set you off on like, you know, you eat a potato and then the next day you want rice and then the next day you want bread and then the next day you're at Dunkin' Donuts, here's what I would do, okay? My friend Yulia, she does this. All right, so when she wants potatoes, she gets an unripe banana, a few unripe bananas or plantains. She cuts the ends off, or she used to do this. She cuts the ends off. She makes a slit in the banana and she steams them. And it literally tastes like potatoes. Yeah, it's not sweet. Now, if you steam or bake a sweet, ripe banana, it's going to come out like banana bread. It's going to be amazing. Put some cinnamon on there or maple syrup or nothing. You don't even need anything. Highly recommend you bake or steam bananas, whether they're ripe or not ripe. Okay, you can do that for plantains, bananas, any type of banana. All right, so that's the sweeter side though. For more savory, you want to go with peas or zucchini or carrots. Cut up carrots, guys. Big chunks of carrots. It can be like your new potato. Steam or bake or boil the carrots. And finally, the last one is going to be the only one that I recommend, the only thing that I recommend you have cooked, okay, that this is something you can't have raw. So you always want to try your best to satiate your warm craving with something you can eat raw. This will not in any way stop your weight loss. This will not stop your healing journey. This is all mucus free, okay? And this will all keep you on a very, very healthy, high raw vegan lifestyle. It's not about being 100% raw. It's about being 100% healthy. In order to be healthy and lose the weight fast and easy and quickly and heal, you need to eat healthy. So take my advice, bake a few apples or chop them up and saute them with some frozen berries. I used to do that for my mom with some cinnamon, make the whole house smell good. Okay, throw in some bananas in there. Trust me. And I used to put that over an ice cream for her. She really liked that. Rest in peace to my mom, who refused to take care of herself, and now she's no longer here, like so many of our relatives. So we have to live for them, we have to go on for them, and we have to stay healthy for them and live the example that they needed. People on this earth need you to set an example for them. Your kids, your neighbors, strangers, your employees, or your coworkers. People are watching you and they need someone to look up to. And if not you, then who? You know these doctors don't give a shit. Can I just tell you real quick before I show you the last thing that you can eat that is not raw, but I would eat it cooked. Okay, it's healthy enough for me because I have a very high standard for what goes into my body. Let me tell you why I don't go to doctors and why I take such excellent care of myself. I eat 100% raw vegan because, and when I say raw vegan now, it's like healthy raw vegan. And if I ever wanted unhealthy raw food like cacao or salt or dehydrated crap, I'd rather eat this stuff. I'd rather bake an apple. I'd rather bake a zucchini. I'd rather bake some peppers. No joke. I will not be eating crap, raw vegan crap ever again. The nut butters and the dehydrated crap, it's not for me. So if I ever wanted crap, I'm gonna go for healthy cooked food. I'm not going for the raw vegan crap anymore. It's just, So now I don't go to doctors the same reason you don't go to doctors, okay? Because the way doctors get paid is we pay the third-party insurance agencies, and those companies pay the doctors to prescribe medications. Insurance companies don't pay doctors for curing patients because a patient cured is a patient lost. Doctors are not trained in nutrition, and you can get a 4-year degree as a doctor and get 0 nutritional training. And if you do get any, if you decide to take nutrition as an elective, you get 4 hours in 4 years. 4 hours of training in 4 fucking years. What could a doctor tell me about being healthy and taking care of my body? I look to the source, nature, God, the creator of all things, okay? I do not put my faith in a doctor, okay? They are indoctrinated and they don't know anything about nutrition. So I have seen doctors destroy the lives of many people I loved, including my sister, with the radiation and chemotherapy that she went through after her brain tumor. She had a surgery once. She had probably about 25 surgeries in her lifetime, and one of the surgeries, she got a stroke during the surgery. So she had a stroke in surgery, so she could never walk again, she could never talk again, she could never do anything on her own again. During another surgery to remove scar tissue from her brain, she didn't wake up and she was in a coma for weeks in the ICU. I have many stories like this, okay? I don't want this to happen to you. You are taking chances. You are living Russian roulette when you eat unhealthy food. So this winter, I want you to remember this video and come back to this video. And remember, you can have frozen fruit or vegetables. You can have baked apples. You can have steamed bananas. You can have baked or steamed zucchini or yellow squashes, any of the squashes, peppers, okay? You don't need to go to processed foods or dead animal body parts. And don't be caught out in these streets starving. That's another thing. Yeah, it's all good when you're at home, but what if you're not at home? Well, bring motherfucking food, okay? Carrots, great for satiation. Put them in your salad. And the final and last thing that I would eat, cooked food that I consider very, very healthy, much healthier than eating lots of dates with almond butter for dinner, would be the squashes, the butternut squashes, the spaghetti squashes, acorn squashes. These are fruits. All of these things here are fruits. And then, of course, the carrots and the peas are vegetables. But these are fruits, boo. Anything with a seed is a fruit. Pray for me that this doesn't fall. Okay, everything's good. This is a fruit. I would absolutely eat this. You can steam it, you can bake it, you can ask ChatGPT how to make it, okay? This is going to heal you. Always have cooked food in a big salad. At least have a salad on the side or a big salad. And the last thing I'm gonna say real quick about cooked food, which you need to know, if you start eating even healthy processed foods leads to more processed foods. So let me say that in a better way. Healthy processed foods leads to more processed foods, leads to unhealthy processed foods. That's what I'm trying to say. So what is an example of this? Okay, if you want to eat, I don't recommend rice in any way, shape, or form, but if you really, really, really want to eat rice, have one of these instead first. That's number one. Number two, if you want rice, don't make cauliflower rice. That's gross. Nobody likes Who is the fucking raw vegan that invented this stupid cauliflower rice? It's gross. It smells like farts. I've never had it. I had it once and it smelled like farts and I never had it again. It was gross. Have a squash. Have some healthy cooked food. Okay. Now, if you really absolutely hate this, you can't do this, you need rice, then have rice in a big salad. Do not have rice cakes. Do not. I'm talking to you. Yeah. I'm talking to you, motherfucker. Do not have Rice Krispies, rice crackers, rice chips, those brown rice crackers. No, you don't see that in nature. Rice, you see in nature. Okay. Rice pasta, brown rice pasta. Who the fuck? If you don't know... I know. I'm talking to my younger self because I thought that was healthy. If you can't find it in nature, it is not on the menu. It's not going to heal you and it's not going to help you lose weight. Sorry. Unless you're really obese, like over 400 pounds, and you're going from McDonald's to brown rice crackers, okay, you'll lose weight. If you want to be able to eat unlimited quantities and you don't want to have to count calories, starve yourself, work out all day to lose the weight, this is what you do. Eat foods, whether they are raw or cooked, in their natural state. If you can find it in the produce department, that is going to help you heal and lose weight. If it's not in the produce department, it is a processed food. Yes! I consider those fucking kale chips a processed food. Yeah. Because there's all types of crap in there. Miso, salt, oil, all kinds of crap. Cane sugar, I don't know what else. I haven't had kale chips in fucking years. Homemade, yeah, I had them at my retreat. But the store-bought ones, they don't care. If it's in a package, it's the cheapest stuff on the planet and they don't care about you. The only entity on this earth, the only thing that cares about you is God. And He is never going to lead you astray. So, eat the foods from His Garden of Eden and watch what happens. If you want me as your coach, this winter, before the holiday season, I have started my Food Addiction Freedom course. It's for women only. Click the link below. I do have one spot left and I'd love for you to join us. I'm going to set you up right as a healthy vegan before the holidays, before New Year's. You're going to lose at least 20 pounds if you would like, or more, in the next 6 weeks with me. And it's a one-on-one coaching program, which I think you will absolutely love. I'm going to teach you everything I know. I'm going to share all my tips and tricks, over 250 of them. You're going to meet with 9 of the other women that are doing this with you, and you're going to get an accountability partner for life after the course, and so much more. All my books, you're going to get all my other courses, my hypnosis course, everything's included. So click the link below. And I just want to say again, all cooked food is not created equal. I don't really recommend, I always, say if you want a sweet potato, have a sweet potato. Yes, but put that in a salad. I don't recommend you eat cooked food alone. You never displace or replace your raw food with cooked food. You just could put it together. Make a big salad. You want cooked food? Okay, great. Saute or steam some kale, chard, peppers, zucchini, maybe the squash in there. Boo, you got a savory, put some spices if you want. No salt, no oil. Calm down now. Calm down. If you need salt, oh, the sun's coming out. If you need salt, fine. Use the green salt, whatever the hell that's called. I've never had it, but it looks much healthier than table salt. Table salt is going to dehydrate you, raise your blood pressure, and just fuck you up. It's just really bad. And that's it. Boo, it's so much easier than you know, but sometimes we need some support and guidance and accountability, and sometimes it helps to have a coach and have cheerleaders, okay? So I will be your coach for the next 6 weeks, and my Fruity Cuties will be your cheerleaders, and we're gonna be sharing all the recipes that we love, simple, easy recipes, and if you wanna do this yourself, you can as well. Grab my recipe book on my website. I'll leave the link below. Love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Let me know below your healthiest, favorite cooked food, if you've had any of these, and I will see you in the next episode. For the people that think I'm dogmatic, it's raw or law, you haven't consumed enough of my content, because I've always said there's nothing wrong with cooked fruit or vegetables. I have said that since day one of YouTube. I started my YouTube in 2017. I've always said that, so you don't watch enough of my content. Love you, boo. I'll see you soon. Oh no, there's one more thing I wanted to say. I'll save it for the next one. Okay, bye. This is too long, too long. Bye, boo.